Alright guys, I just got this piece of cardboard out to cover my workspace because the paint is going to go all the way to the edge and you want to make sure that you aren't getting it all over the table. So I'm just going to take my crayons and make sure that I am covering all of my paper. I don't want there to be any white space. This is a good place for you to get creative. Use whatever colors, patterns, whatever you want for your background. Alright. As you can see on this one, I've used multiple colors and kind of just mix them together to make a little bit of an abstract background. Now I'm going to take some of this paint and I'm just going to put it right on top. I'm going to make sure that it's covering my colors but not so thick, because then it's going to make big puddles and that's not going to look right when we trace our pictures. So covered but not too thick. This is where that covering comes in handy, so otherwise my table would be covered in paint. Also, I just used a foam brush to get this paint on there really evenly. If what you have is a paintbrush, that'll work fine. You just gotta make sure that you don't have some big hills where your paintbrush is ending. Okay, this is where I'm gonna grab my Q-tip and my toothpick, and I'm going to draw my picture into the paint. You can wait until the paint is dry to actually scratch off the paint, but in my experience, it comes off in big flakes and doesn't make a nice clean picture like it will if you do it while the paint is still wet. Be careful of your sleeves. And you do have to give a little bit of pressure when you do this. Not too much that you're tearing the paper, but you want to make sure that you are able to get through that paint layer. That's why you don't want it to be too thick too. The Q-tip is really good for a little bit thicker lines, like you can see with this flower right here, while your toothpick is going to be better for those thin lines, but is going to be a little bit harder to get through that paint. I prefer the Q-tip because it's more precise to what I'm actually doing. Little sun in the corner. Get all my colors out. Something else with the Q-tips is they will start to absorb your paint because of the felt on the end, so you want to make sure that you've got a few of them just to make sure that it's not just spreading around paint, it's giving the effect that you want it to. Alright, and there you have it. That's some scratch art. Again, feel free to let it dry and try to scratch some stuff off too, but it may not make as clean of a picture as what you're looking for. I hope you all enjoyed today's scratch art lesson. Next week, we will be making noodle skeletons, so feel free to come back. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. is when we'll post our art club videos. Thanks, have a great rest of your day, guys.